welcome back to part 42 of my Stationeers playthrough. So we're on Mars and we have started building a mining rocket, and we're going to attempt to continue that this episode. However, we have also got an issue with the solid fuel generator, which has run out of fuel. So that will need some attention. I'm hoping that by a reload we will be able to pick up some new traders and buy some of the advanced alloys that we need. So let's see how we get on. I don't think I'll go mining in the dark. I am going to just check the state of the batteries in a minute though. Okay, I'm not sure what that's locking onto. Infosat. Right, we'll leave that finding the next thing while I go and...
Danger. System failure.
Whilst we're passing... Oh, that's pretty full, that's fine. Okay, so although the batteries are not fully charged, they're not in a terrible state, and we are still getting power from the gas-fueled generator. I think we're just gradually running them down, so I'm not overly worried actually. Yeah, I think that's just... I'm just going to double check it's just run out and it's not got blocked. No, it has just run out. Okay, let's put that away. So I'm going to turn that off. And we'll see what happens. All is calm, not for long. Okay, well, we'll see how we get on. I think the other thing I need to do, the reason that we're getting really hot air into the hab, I think is this exhaust, because it does get very hot in here, as we know. If I turn that off, not that it's going to do anything at the moment anyway, to be fair, but I think that needs to be rerouted into the hot gas rather than straight in there. And I think that will solve the problem. So I'm going to see if I can do that now, because it has caused some actual problems. And right on cue we can hear the temperature high warning. I think we can just do this. Obviously that needs spraying pink, but I think that is a smarter solution. Run it through the cooling loop, because it was coming out at 200 degrees, and I think we can reasonably call that hot. Oh, why can't I get the spot to... I have to come onto it from the inside.
Warning. Temperature high.
So again, we're going to have to pull this back up. This has got to be... Oh, no, that is not what I wanted to do. That looks hideous, let's be honest.
Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature high. Warning. Temperature high. Alert. Alert. System failure.
Right, let's drop that. Actually, no, that'll be fine. We can do that. There we go. And I'm going to do that so we know that's connected. Right, this has got to be the most pulled up piece of floor grating in this base. There we go. Right. So hopefully that will remove the cause of the hot air that's getting in there. Notwithstanding that we've still got hot air going in. So I'm going to go and see if I can find some nitrice to melt.
Warning. Temperature.
Um,
Warning. Temperature high. Alert. Alert. System failure.
and obviously some more coal. Actually, there's some coal in there. Let's get that bit first. Whoops. Okay, now obviously I turned off the yield mod last time, which allowed us to get nitrice, but the trade-off is it's going to take a lot longer to mine some of this stuff. Curious to see some of that nitrice. Oh, how on earth did this get fired all the way up here? It's very strange. More to the point, how is physics suspended? Weird. Okay. Yeah, there is actually nitrous right up the top here, so it's actually spawning in cells we've already visited. But more to the point, there's coal in here. Take that out. Keep my eye out on that otherwise. Okay. So I think that's all of that coal deposit that's right there, but it looks like there's some more not too far in here. There we go. So you'll see we've done all this, and whereas previously with the yield mod we would have had a full belt by now, we've not even got a full stack. So clearly running on the solid generator just became a lot more tedious. And I do think we might build a vertical miner that we can let loose on some of this stuff. Grab some nitrice if I can. Solve a different problem, but solve two problems in one go, it's always good. And then we'll get back to the task in hand of getting some traders and getting some more alloys, or advanced alloys. This. It's a fairly big vein, which is good news. So up to 4 stacks. Slightly meditative doing this mining, but it does get old really quickly, I'll be honest. Take the rest of this nitrice vein out, and then we'll go see if we can find some more coal, because I don't think 51 units of coal is going to cut it. Right, there's some up there. Before I break my suit. It's not going to be very much, but it's worth taking it. Let's see if we can get this bit up here. Always worries me when my vision zips through the world. I think usually something bad is about to happen to my space helmet. And the evidence so far in this game would be probably I'm right, because I seem to be very good at breaking my helmet. Iron's nice, it's not what I'm looking for. Do that so I can just take whatever gets behind the drill. I think we'll have to go through the iron to get some of the coal anyway, so it just gets too cluttered in the goggles otherwise, although the battery's about to die in those. So let's just focus on this. Go. 2% charge left in these goggles. There's a bit more coal that way, isn't there? See if we can get to it before this runs out. I mean, it's not like it's impossible to mine without it, it just makes it rather quicker. Oops. That's going to fall all the way down there now. And that's the... yeah, I don't think I like the look of that. But I think I'm coming out of that hole before I do myself damage. At least in the short term. That's 3 stacks.
Warning, temperature high. Warning,
I'll drop those in there.
alert, alert, system failure. Warning, temperature high.
Close that.
Alert,
Right, and then let's
temperature high.
throw the ice into the melt chute. Okay, and then we'll stick that iron somewhere in a minute. Right, so how's this looking? Rather chilly at the moment. Hopefully it will warm up. In fact, that is below outside temperature, so there we go. And look at that pressure spike, that was just in time. That's quite cold, that's at 4.5 degrees, so obviously that's nice cold nitrogen that should be flowing into the tank over here. Oops. There we go, so that's at 9 degrees, so as that starts to get mixed, that should help, and that's actually generating a little bit of pressure in that tank. For the first time ever, I think we might actually be generating gas slightly faster than we're using it. Right, and so they're blended from the warm CO2 and the cold nitrogen and the cold oxygen, because actually the oxygen's pretty much room temperature now, but that blended temperature is now coming in at 15 degrees, so that should be starting to cool things. You can see that actually there's
Warning. Temperature.
quite a good amount of pressure in that pipe now. So 3,000 moles of quite cold nitrogen. So I think what we might do
Alert.
is we might try to encourage this to
Temperature high.
cycle the air. So I'm going to
Warning.
drop
Temperature high.
this
Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature
down by
high.
20 kPa. I'm going to leave this at 102. We've got plenty of back pressure in that pipe to refill it.
Warning.
That should start to
Temperature high.
take the temperature, the
Temperature.
air out of there slightly more aggressively, and I'm going to do the same on this one.
Warning. Temperature high. Warning. Temperature high. Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature high.
That's what we should see if we come in here, hopefully.
Temperature high. Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature high. Warning. Temperature high.
There we are, the temperature's definitely coming
Alert.
down quite nicely in here now.
Warning. Temperature high. Warning. Temperature high.
So I suspect that
Alert.
temperature is probably through here. It's still 38 degrees in here, but this has been completely sealed. 33 degrees in here, so it should be starting to cool down, certainly coming down. And also the proportion of nitrogen is going up, so that's good all around. Even removing that trace amount of pollutant from the atmosphere. So obviously what we want to see is this ultimately balancing at around about 70% nitrogen. So 60% is not too bad, but
Warning. Temperature high.
this room's smaller, so I'd expect to see this changing faster.
Warning. Temperature high. Warning.
It's 31.67 in here, 32.04 here. Okay, jetpack is a bit low, but it's not too bad. So obviously this is the critical cell that counts, because that's where the sensor is. So I think hopefully that will, sort of jumping up and down at the moment, but I'm hoping it will bring it down successfully below 32 degrees. Well, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Whether it could be it's cooling down here. Could be my jetpack actually emitting more warm CO2. Right, what I'm going to do is release a bit of CO2 into there. Okay, it seems to be, slowly is coming down actually. I was going to say it seems to be sort of just flickering around. Okay, I think we'll let that stabilise, but hopefully that will sort itself out.
Alert. Alert.
It's certainly a good thing to do.
High. Warning. Temperature high. Alert. Alert. Warning.
Throw that in there. Let's grab some
high.
more water while we're here.
Warning. Temperature high. Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature high.
Okay,
Alert.
so that's helped quite a lot.
Warning. Temperature high.
Now what we never got working was this
Temperature high.
incorrect argument count at line 26. Let's see if we can debug this
Temperature
chip,
high.
because that would be quite useful.
Warning. Temperature high. Alert.
Now I think
Temperature high.
we need a fourth.
Warning.
Let's pull up the select. I don't use select very often.
Alert.
I can't remember the syntax.
Warning. Temperature high.
Select, register.
Alert. Warning. Temperature
Right, okay, so I think what we need to do is say,
high. Alert.
what are we trying to do here?
Warning. Temperature high.
If B is not 0,
Temperature high. Alert.
okay, I think what we need to do, I think it's as simple as
Temperature
that. I think we want to select R2
Warning.
if R2 is not 0.
Alert. Alert.
No,
Warning.
that's not right.
Temperature.
No, that could be right. That's up here.
Warning.
Yes, so we want R2 if R2 has got a value in it.
Alert. Alert. Warning.
Otherwise we want R3. I think that's right.
Warning. Temperature high. Alert. 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 Warning. Temperature high.
I think the whole alert system's gone crazy.
Temperature.
Right, let's save that.
Alert. Warning. Temperature
Okay,
high.
let's try
Warning. Temperature high.
popping this in here to see whether it works any better. Ah, there we go.
Warning.
So we have a 100 warning.
Alert. Alert.
Which is really interesting. But it's not right. And I think what this should say actually is I think it should be R3 and R4. I was looking at this thinking there's something a bit odd going on here. I think that's what we want to do.
Alert. 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 Warning. Temperature high.
Yeah, I think we want that.
Alert. Alert.
Let's try that.
Warning. Temperature high.
We don't want a 100. Oh my goodness, we definitely don't want that state.
Warning.
Okay, so I need to look at this code a bit more carefully.
Temperature high.
Right, so what we have here is
Alert. Warning. Temperature high. Warning. Temperature high.
if the
Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature high.
worst damage is less than 10, then it sets R2. If the worst damage is
Warning.
less than 50,
Temperature high.
it sets R3.
Warning. Temperature high.
If the average is below 90, it sets R4, and if it's below 50, it sets R5.
Warning.
Which
Temperature.
then multiplies those to make them higher priority. That makes complete sense.
Temperature high. Warning. Temperature.
And I think what needs to happen is that
Alert. Warning. Temperature.
and that need to happen before
Temperature high.
we add those values. I think that's probably where it's going wrong.
Temperature high. Warning. Temperature high. Alert. Alert.
Let's try that.
Warning. Temperature high. Warning. Temperature.
226, that sounds right.
Alert. Alert. Warning. Temperature high. Malfunction detected.
Perfect.
Warning. Warning. Malfunction detected.
Okay, so let's save that.
Malfunction.
And that is
detected.
correctly identifying a malfunction.
Warning. Warning.
Now the question is,
Malfunction
well, first of all, let's get rid of this.
Malfunction.
Oh, go in there.
detected. Warning. Warning. Malfunction. Malfunction.
If we patch these panels, will that warning stop? I hope it will, because it would be very useful to just have this reminder that we do need to fix the panels. I'm going to leave one slightly damaged because I want to just see what happens if we've got a little bit of damage. Okay, so we're now down. No, we're still at 226. Okay. That's at 58%. So 50, 67. Right, okay, so I think if I fix the worst damaged ones, we can move from the warning to the alert, which is the next layer down. I think if nothing is more than 50% damaged, we'll be able to do that. Let's try it. Although, to be honest, that one is not looking so good. I'm going to run out of jetpack in a minute, aren't I? How low is it? It's really pretty low. It's because I turned the thrust up in the storm. Although it was a good trick to get myself unpinned from the wall, so I think it was worth it. Okay, that's a 57. That one there. Right. So we should still get some sort of warning, because they're definitely far from perfect. What I'm hoping is that the warning I get... Let's just fix that first. Alright, so hopefully... No, that's still at... Okay, that could be being triggered by the average as well. Let's go see if we can find any that... There was one that was at 50, that one. Let's give that a little nudge up.
Warning. Malfunction detected.
Did I have any...
Detected.
Whoops.
Warning. Malfunction detected. Malfunction.
58, 67. Of course, this one's at 0, so that would probably count as less than. But those are 100. Let's just check there's no others. Yeah, okay, right. So this one's going to need to be completely removed and replaced. And that is totally destroyed. Although, you know, we've got a bit of wreckage, so we have to recycle that. Okay, so we're still at malfunction detected 226. I'm going to throw that in there. Oh, we didn't get anything from that. That's disappointing. I feel we should have got something. Okay. Let's double check the thresholds on this.
Malfunction detected.
Okay, so the most serious threshold is
detected.
that the worst damage is down at below 10%,
Detected.
or that the average
Malfunction detected.
is below 50.
Warning. Malfunction detected. Malfunction detected. Warning. Malfunction
Okay.
detected.
Right, that one's at 100. That's 87. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to fix most of these. That's 67, 67, 64, 79, 57. Right, let's do that one. Let's get that one finished. Okay, so that's now most damaged. What I don't want to do is fix them all completely, because I want to see whether or not once we hit the lower threshold...
Malfunction detected.
No, that's still not.
Malfunction detected. Warning. Malfunction detected. Malfunction.
Okay, well, let's fix them all and see whether it's still detecting a malfunction.
Malfunction detected.
Not we've got enough tape.
Detected. Warning. Malfunction detected.
Need more iron.
Malfunction detected. Warning. Malfunction detected. Malfunction detected. Warning.
Okay,
Malfunction detected. Malfunction detected. Warning. Malfunction detected.
So what I don't know, the reason that I'm doing some testing on this code is I don't know whether the charge ratio actually is correctly reporting based on the damage, or whether it may just always report 0.
Warning. Malfunction detected.
And I'm starting to get a suspicion that it might just always report 0.
Warning. Malfunction
Okay,
detected.
let's take the ratio average R1 and let's actually output that instead of R8.
Malfunction detected.
I'll do that so we remember it was R8.
Detected.
So actually read the value directly.
Warning.
I'd help if I'd brought the chip, wouldn't it? I'm an idiot.
Malfunction detected. Warning. Malfunction detected. Malfunction detected. Warning.
Okay, so that's reading as not a number.
Malfunction detected.
That suggests that that's not going to work like that. So what we'll need to do, at least let's shut that up, is see whether or not there's any other way that we can report. So I was trying to read the ratio, and that's coming up as not a number, and I was hoping the way that's documented is that should be the proportion of the available charge that it's able to generate. So I guess we'll have to read charge and do a calculation. We know that the theoretical charge, so if I change this to charge, we know that the theoretical maximum is 500 or close to. And what we'll have to do here will be to say div R0 5, div R1 5, and it's 5 not 500 because I want it to be a number from 0 to 100, not 0 to 1. So let's export that. So what we're now reading is the actual amount of charge that's being generated. Okay, that's interesting. That's still not working, is it? Why is that not a number? That suggests that these are just not reading. No, it's actually the fact that what I should have done here is to do that. I'm just an idiot. Right. Put that in there, let's see how that's reading. Okay, that's still reading as 0. So that's the minimum that's being generated. Okay, let's go look at the maximum. If that's also 0, minus infinity. Okay, that was not a number I was expecting, I'll be honest. I was possibly plus infinity, but reading the maximum charge. Okay, well, and if that doesn't work, we'll try R0 again, but I'm slightly baffled by this. So that's not a number. The maximum is minus infinity. The average is not a number. The minimum is 0. Okay, that's actually really unhelpful, I'll be honest. I wanted to be able to read. Now, I'm expecting at the moment that probably should legitimately be 0, but I was hoping to read something like that efficiency number, you can see that the suit light actually does generate some power, which is it's quite entertaining. I could just stand here and provide 60 watts of charge. In fact, I could stand here and I don't quite know how it was higher than that. Right. Okay, that code needs more work, clearly. I'm not sure why that is doing what it's doing. Anyway, let's not worry too much about that. We've got other things to get on with. Would be very nice to have. Why can't I get through there? Would be very nice to have, but only if we can make it work. I'm slightly baffled because I have used... I don't know which of these it's pointing at. Actually, I don't want microwares. We've had them come before. They haven't got anything that we need. I have used other code that's read that value off the solar panel and it's worked, so I'm not sure whether that's something that changed in the solar panel changes. It's possible it is. Or whether there's something else going on that I haven't figured out. No. Really just trying to avoid having to go out mining when with no mods on. It's going to be painful. I don't think they'll have anything, but there's just a small chance. Actually, the other thing I should do is charge the goggles, because we will have to think about where we've got scope to put a vertical mine shaft in, I think. Right, what you got, trade bot? Oh, to be fair, look, he's got some steel. I'll take that. That's a bargain. Actually, I'll even take that lead since we were a bit short. Nothing else that we really need in there, but those things are useful anyway. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. He appears to have got pumpkin soup. I guess that's because I sold him pumpkin soup previously. Right, okay, so let's confirm that and then send him on his merry way. In the meantime, that's very useful. That gives me a bit more steel. So we'll just snag that out of there. That's two that are the same size. So I needed steel for a number of things in here. The modular rocket engine was not one. No, we've got tons of steel in there. Okay, I was going to use steel for Astroloy. That was why I needed it. Right, in the short term, I'm going to put both of these in here. At least stack them together. Because it'll take less space and we'll store it there. Really just hoarding these a little bit at the moment to make life easier. Right, we'll grab that lead. It's only a little bit. But it may as well go into the system. I'm going to throw it in here. It's a bit of a waste of energy, but it's worth melting it. I've got battery yet? Nearly. More importantly, have we got... No, we have not. Go find me something else. I think the reason that this gets quite slow is that the stack on the chip gradually gets full and it takes longer and longer to write each time, and obviously we've been through several iterations of trade vessels now. Actually wonder whether it's worth pulling the chip and wiping it, but chips are not that reliable to wipe and often don't. Although I think this one's got code that actually overwrites the stack on first load. Tech tree electronics. Well, yeah, this is really getting slow now. I think it's taking quite a few ticks before it notices the button's being pressed, but the button still has to be being pressed when it does it, so let's call him in. Let that go and do its thing. Right, what have you got? Anything interesting? No, nothing that we can't make. Oh, except for a nuclear battery. Very expensive. Lasts a super long time though. Would save me having to recharge my suit for a very long time. It's very tempting. On the other hand, I'm also conscious that we do need to get our hands on quite a few other pieces, although automated ice mining rocket, I'll take that. That'll save me building that piece anyway. Maybe we'll take that as well. It's not like we're poor. Okay, let's confirm that and then send him off to do his thing, hopefully. So if I drop this out of here, this is going to take a bit of time to charge. It's only 27% charged, but it's got an absolutely mammoth capacity, so I forgot they were turned on. That actually gave me a little bit of a fright, I'll be honest. Right. How are we doing? Not much else going on here. I'm going to pull this chip out and reset it. If I can figure out where I put it, it's under here somewhere. It's not there though, is it? Or there? Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. So it was right. Okay, hopefully that will speed this whole process up a little bit. That's stalled as well, so at some point I need to look at the code that drives that and figure out why it stalls like that. Ah, mine right ores, perfect. No, I thought that would fix it, but it's... In fact, if anything, it seems to have made it even worse. No, it's just not working at all now. Right, okay, that seems to have sorted it. Very strange. Don't know what it should have done. Okay, mine right ores, you're our favourite trader. We love it when you come to visit. We will buy your stellite because we can, your steel because we can, your constantan, I guess. We'll buy that because why not? I'm going to take the Astroloy and the Invar. I might even take the charcoal because it acts as coal and it will save me some digging. What else? I mean, we could just buy all his stuff, to be honest. It's probably not a bad idea. Take that. I'll take that little 1G of it. And that's only 10 space dollars, so we may as well take that. You can keep your uranium though, that's no use to me. Electrum we're actually quite well off for, but I may as well take it. Iron, dead cheap, not very much of it, but we might as well grab that. Basically just clean them out, that's got to be the best solution, right? Yeah, come on, it's quicker than mining. Right, I don't even know why I'm thinking about it. It is quicker than mining. Just grab all of that. Do I want the cobalt? Probably not. Probably not. That is a reasonable amount to have spent, but we didn't get any Astroloy, but we have at least got some more steel, which will help us to make it. Yeah, go on then, do that. And then off you go. Right. Okay, So we're in quite good shape with a lot of these. Right, I'm just going to, these basic ones, I'm just going to vend them out and these can just go straight through for melting and adding to the ingots. What have we got there? Another tiny bit of lead. That one. Okay, right. Let's go and just throw these in and just let it do its thing. Okay, we've got any more? No, that's it. Okay, good. Right, that can all just melt down and go into the ingot sorter so that when we need it, we've got it. And then I may as well grab that one actually, mightn't we? And that. Didn't realise there was more in there. Should have thought ahead. There's actually quite a few. Right. Okay, right, I think that's all of them. Dump them in. Okay, good. Right, let's see whether we can find someone that's got some Astroloy exotech. That sounds hopeful. Here he comes. Come on then, impress me. I am not that impressed. I will be honest, you have nothing impressive that I want. No. Oh, off you go then, bye. Okay, so we might have to actually just try and make some Astroloy. How much do we need? We're going to need a fair bit because we need... So that's 38, so we need another 26 for that. But also, if I then look at the other parts, so we've got... The engine's already built, that's the fuel tank. We will need... hang on, let's just pull this up here. Ah, wait, hang on, I'm looking at the modular rocket, I need the automated rocket. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong rocket. Or am I? No, it's the same thing. We still need the same fuel tank. But we then need a silo and a coupling module and an automation module as an absolute minimum. So the silo needs Astroloy. Coupling module we could make, to be fair. We've got the ice miner, so that's good, and we need the automation module, which we can make. Actually, we're not too far off. We probably haven't got enough of some of these, but we could make some. So automated rocket. Yeah, so we need the engine and the fuel tank from here, I think. And then we we've got an ice miner, a couple. Well, we need a coupling, a silo, and an automation module. I think that's the minimum for an ice mining rocket. I was just checking in my head that there wasn't a different engine for this one. Right, so yeah, we've got to get that fuel tank made. The silo also needs Astroloy, so that's going to need another 25, so we need 50 more or less Astroloy to make it work. 51. Okay, that's probably going to take a little while to buy, isn't it, based on the amount I haven't found so far. I don't want those guys. So we need to make it, we would need steel, cobalt, copper. So if we need to make 50, we'd need at least 25 steel. Actually, we'd have to do it into multiples. Let's say we were going to make 60, we'd need 30 steel, 15 cobalt, 15 copper. Okay, that feels doable. Perhaps we'll have a go at that. I'm going to call these guys in anyway, see if they've got anything interesting. I mean, in fact, if I dialed this up to 60, we could do... I mean, there's a big if. This is like if we can do this without blowing ourselves up, but don't mention that bit. Right, so I would need 30 cobalt and 30 copper. I should have bought that cobalt from that guy, shouldn't I? Anyway, never mind. Right, he hasn't got any different colour flowers than I've got already. Oh, I was hoping for some extra colours. Disappointed. I'm not really interested in any of the weird wonderful plants on this playthrough. Right, let's got stuck. Let's split this. Oops, wrong side. And obviously the rest of this one may as well just go through and be moulded into another 50G. That still can just go and put it in that corner. Right, so we need 30 cobalt. Let's go see if we can find that before the sun goes down. Whoops, accidentally picked up the data disk. Didn't really want to do that. There's some down there. I just wonder if there's any closer to the surface. That looks hopeful. If this vein comes up at 29, I'm going to be slightly annoyed. No, we're already at 25. That's 29 though. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, so the good news is we don't need to muck about with the stacker because this is still ore, so I can just split it manually. Split one, drop that in there. So that's a 30 stack. That's a 30 stack. And that's a 60 stack. Right, let's go see if we can blow ourselves to pieces. Or better yet, see if we can avoid blowing ourselves to pieces. Why is that not processing? Come on, off you start. Right. So, we've got some heat in there. That's a useful start because we can actually just at least melt down what's in there. In theory. Oh, it's got pressure but not a lot of heat. Right, okay, well, let's just empty that then. I'm hoping that's just about enough heat to... No, it didn't light. There we go. Just about enough heat to melt it, but not leaving too much to suck back out afterwards. Right. So now we need to empty that. We're going to need to try to get the pressure up about to that red line there without getting to that black line there, at which point we've got a big problem. So we'll see how we get on. Also getting a little bit low on fuel, which is not a brilliant state to be in. Hopefully we've got the materials to mix some more. Actually, while that's cooling down, I'm going to go check. Bowling, look at that, straight in. No, that's still too hot, clearly. I'm guessing the exhaust heat of this is what propelled the compost halfway up the hill. It's fairly light and it's spherical, but it seemed a bit mad. Right, come on, empty faster now.
Power low.
Right, so just to recap, we need to hit 30 to 40 MPa. We need the temperature to be above 1000 Kelvin when we do it, and under 100,000. If it is 100,000, I think we're screwed. So that's what we're aiming at, over 1000 and 30 to 40 MPa. The pressure is going to be what's challenging, and it needs to be managed carefully. So when we made stellite, we needed to be in the 10 to 20 range, and I hit just above 20 by initially pressurizing it to about 1.5. So theoretically, if I pressurize it to about 2.5, we might be in business. But if I've miscalculated that, we might just be dead. Wish me luck. Okay, I think we're going to stop there. 2.3. Right, well, this could go very wrong very fast. Out of curiosity, how bad is the heat in there? It's only at 434. Oh well, I'm sure we'll fix that quick enough. Right, let's hit the button. I got everything in there we need. Yeah, right, let's do it. Come on, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Yes, Astroloy. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. There was only 30 though. So we've got to do it again. That was mildly scary, but okay, at least now we know what we need to pressurise it to. And in the meantime, so that was 2.3 and that didn't kill us. Might go 2.2 the next time because it did get a little bit close to that red line. Anyway, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now we should be able to make rocket fuel tank. Yeah, we need definitely to make one more. And of course we need tanks in here. I think we needed 4 tank kits. Which probably needs, yeah, more steel than we've got. So that's going to be the next challenge, is more steel. Let's throw that in there for now. Although we've got quite a lot of steel in here. See how we get on. Right, that's going to take a little while. Okay, well while that's doing its thing, let's go see if we can find another trader. Whichever one of those it was locking onto was it was a satellite, so save the time. Can't work out what's it's looking for now. Oh, that one's satellite. Hey, come on. Okay, that one is a trader, but we don't want them. Right, it'd be very nice if there was some means by which you could request a specific type of signal. Particularly if you could choose what type of trader you were looking for, that would be amazing. Tool Corp. Right, there we go. I'm not hugely optimistic, but we'll get them in anyway. While we're searching for the next signal. It's getting tedious how long you have to spam that for before the code picks up. Right, okay, have you got anything interesting? No, I don't think you've got a single interesting thing in your whole inventory there. No. Oh well. In that case, you can leave. What I should do is make some more cans if I've got any steel left, because cans means money. Yes, 10. Let's use the rest of that. That's a satellite. That's Organicon, which is great, but not what we want. We've already had them visit. What I really want is there were at 1.2, and I don't really know how this works. Well, we'll call it an hydraulic kit. There were 2 mining corp ones at one point. Let's see if we can find the other one. got anything? Okay, well he's got some tank kits. That would legitimately be useful right now. It happens to have exactly the number we need, so I guess we could buy them. That will save us some steel. Whoops. If I can press the button right. I think that's probably a sensible investment, actually. Save us some steel, which we can use for something else. There we go, that was perfect timing. Let's go place this. Right, I don't quite know what happened there. That seemed to spin round and back onto itself. Okay, modular rocket fuel tank. That's mighty large. Okay, so what does that need next? And it does need tanks, and it probably needs electronic parts, but also bound to need steel sheets. Right, it needs the tanks first. Okay, well, that's lucky we just bought some then, isn't it? Can't I nick his ship and just fly away? Right. Let's go. I think it was a wrench. Okay, that's good. Whoops, that's one of the ones where it's the same tool to deconstruct as to construct. That's always a bit worrying. Steel sheets. It's probably going to use 20, I should have thought. Oh, 25. Okay, well, there we go. And 12 electronic parts, so more than we've got. We need another 7 of them. Okay, we are gradually getting there though. Needs gold. That's okay. Gold is something we have. You can have all of that gold. We're bound to use it. Okay, let's just crack on with that. That'll be enough to make another dozen or so. Okay, well that's good. We've saved having to make tanks. That's timely. You can leave now. Thank you for your assistance. Goodbye. That's a junk signal. Right, have I got those? Yes, I have. Okay, I'm going to go and take these into the... I'm going to do this first. Is that... Oh, it's still not charged. It takes so long. I'll take this in. Cancel pressurise, run before all of that lot hits me. Throw that in there. Right, let's see if we can do tomato soup, because it seems to sell for slightly more. Get 3 of those anyway. You see in the distance the vending machine updating as it loads them. That making pumpkin soup. Right. Talking of which, here's some more pumpkins. And some more tomatoes actually. Right, I'm going to feed these into the cooker because I've been throwing them away for a little while. No, I can't get in there. Oops. So we're going to try and vend something here and see if that helps at all. Unclogging the system. Right, let's pick up all these edamame. Get at that one. Wait till it decays, it'll probably change shape and fall down. Right, okay, so throw them in there. Always need more nitrogen and more hydrogen. Throw those in there. Those in there. Okay. So how are we getting on here? We've run out of cans again, but you know, that's a few more ready to sell, so all good. It's a shame that these seeds don't sell for more, to be honest. I think I'd have an amazing career as a fruit and veg breeder. But there we go. To be fair, if they just go through the stacker in a better way, it wouldn't be so bad. Not actually that much of it now. It's just they're all in one stacks. Right, that vending machine can't vend anything else because this is all clogged up. And yet... I'm suspicious. I think I'm going to do the always slightly terrifying task of checking for blockages. To be fair, these have all got something in. God, I don't want to get in here. Not even sure I can get in there anymore. That one's... Is that one there that potentially might be blocked? No, it's not. So the blockage is in here before it gets as far. Must be before it gets to the stacker. It's not an entirely bad solution, actually. I see the problem. It's got no more space to feed the vending machine. Right, let's pull that out of there. And you can see by what's coming out of there exactly what causes the issue. It's a complete mishmash of different things going through in different orders so that they don't stack properly. Effectively the equivalent of what I'm just doing manually here. Oh, he shoots, he misses. And it's frustrating because, as you can see, that was a 10 stack. That was a 5, but obviously there's a number of 1 stacks here. See how many fewer slots that would have occupied if it had actually stacked them. So I'm going to have to think of a better solution, but I think, you know, it comes back to what we said before. It needs more space to really implement a good solution in here. Anyway, in the short term, no idea what happens if you put compost back through a composter. Probably best not to try and find out. Right, okay, let's... I left one of these out. Yes, I have, haven't I? Let's put that back on. There we go. Right, let's go back outside. Okay, so we're going to need undoubtedly more steel sheets. See if we can get one of those. Right. However, first things first. See if we can... Oh, I've only got 10. I thought I had all of them. I thought that was enough then. Oh no, I've got the rest in my inventory. I'm an idiot. Right. Get that in there. There we go. And that's the fuel tank constructed. So the next piece we need now is the silo, which is going to be the cargo, effectively, for the rocket. So we need another 21 Astroloy to make that. We'll have a little look and see if we can manage to get lucky with a trader. I don't expect we will, but it's worth a look. In any case, we may as well see if we can sell some more of that tasty pumpkin soup. I'm wondering whether there's something has turned my hunger rate off. It's really strange. It doesn't seem to be dropping. I need to look at that in a minute. Right. Okay, you've got some interesting mishmash of stuff. You've got a gas mining module. It's a thought. Might be worth it for that price. 3,000. Yeah, I think that will do. Can't see anything else there that we can make much use of. But we'll take that. It's actually quite useful. We've managed to avoid having to make a number of pieces of the rocket. Oh, I forgot to sell to him. Oh. Why? Why am I so daft today? It's just not happening, is it? Right. Okay, so we've got 2 bits of rocket. Right, we are going to need more steel because we've used the last of the steel. We're definitely going to need more steel sheets to make things, so that can go in there. Come on then, you may as well come in. It's not really one I want, but I can hopefully at least remember to sell you stuff this time. And the dish has crashed again. Right. Okay, let's, I think it's because it's all the way down the bottom of the list here and I just sort of skipped over it. Right, let's see if we can sell some of that. I mean, we may as well see if we can sell all of that, but I'm not sure he's going to know he's not going to have enough, but there we go. That was worth doing. Yeah, that's fine. Right, off you go. Slightly tempted to make even more food. Well, more than slightly tempted, it's going to happen. Especially if we've unclogged the chutes from the farm. Don't want to use all of this, but there we are, another 12. Oh, alright, 13. Right, there goes my battery, but I have the battery to end all batteries. Right, come on, let's find someone with some Astroloy. It's happened before, it can happen again. Otherwise, when it gets light, we're going mining again, I guess. I don't really fancy going mining for that much stuff. Copper's fine, but we're going to have to get cobalt, and we're going to have to get enough material. Well, actually, we've got... that's true, actually. We've got 40... I could probably make 20 Astroloy with the... How much do we need? We need 21. I can probably just about do it. Take 42 steel from that 47 stack that's in there. $21 cobalt, 21 copper, so it could be done. But I feel like if I'm going to risk blowing the base up again, I'd like to do it for a little bit of a larger stack, to be honest. Right, okay, first things first, let's remember to sell these this time. Let's sell all of those. Thank you very much. Right, got anything else I need? Nah. No. Wow, those auto miners are expensive. They're not that hard to make. Okay. Get rid of them. Off you go. Hopefully that's the end of the pumpkin soup stock. Good. Where's that mining corp gone? They were very useful. We liked them. We would like to see them back. They would be most welcome. Yes, mine right ores. Come to me, mine right ores. You're our favourite trader. No, ignore that info, sir. I don't want that. I want mine right ores. Mine right ores are my hero. No! Why? Oh no, maybe. No, that's still an info, sir. I think they've gone. I think they're too near too many duff signals. It's hard to pick them out of the noise. Let's hope they move a little bit into a different place in orbit. Another info sat. Right, we got anything good? Have something good for me. Rocket engine we don't need. Don't think there's anything there that we actually need. No, and we got nothing to sell, so you may as well just leave. Same, to be honest, but we may as well refill the canning machine. See if we can make some cash out of all these other traders. Finished cooking everything we have available. But not quite sure what happened there. That went a bit wrong, didn't it? extra high yield tomatoes. Hopefully that's enough oil to make it something. Okay, so pumpkin soup. We've still got more pumpkin soup than we've got cans anyway, so I don't know what I'm worrying about really. Right. I guess, I mean, well, there's no point in even selling these, they sell for so little. Let's just get rid of them. Right. Okay, well let's at least go and sell this, and then I suppose we are going mining. Got 2 cobalt left there, that's all. Turn that off. Okay, pumpkin soup. 8 of them. That looks good. Tomato soup. 3 of them. Okay, well at least I've got lots of money. Right, I don't think there's anything else. No, let's confirm that. It's possible that when you hit depart it confirms as well, but I'm never quite sure, so I always do it twice. Dish is stuck again. Do definitely need to look at that code. Right, okay, I think we're going mining. Still relatively early in the day. Oh, okay. I think I'd rather swap that with that, to be honest. And if I've got any space, I'll get rid of that paint. Which I have. In fact, we could probably dump all of these in here for a minute. There we go. Right, so somewhere over this way, let's turn these on. That's the rest of the cobalt. Oh, blimey, right, that's an interesting hole I was digging. Right, okay, let's go grab all of this. Then we'll need more coal, and actually, will we? No, we could actually do it with this. Slightly thoughtful of while we're out mining is how much stock of fuel we've got left and whether we need to mine some more volatiles. Right, I'm going to take all of this vein over here, save coming back. Volatiles down quite deep, but let's just go over here and grab some. And then I guess we'll grab any other coal we can find while we're out here, because we're bound to need it. Thought I'd seen some. It's dropped down a bit. Maybe I'm just too high. Maybe not. No, I must have imagined it. Okay. There's some under there. Check. We've been doing quite a lot of mining, and I couldn't remember when I last charged it. I can just about see it actually in the handle. It's hard to see. Some devices like the arc welder, it's very obvious how much charge you've got left. Though to be fair, I'm quite pleased about that with the arc welder because it gets through it very fast. Right, come on, what's going on here? Thank you. Okay, this will be enough to make a bit more steel. We can use it to fuel the generators if we need to. I feel like there's been no alerts for far too long, and that makes me slightly uncomfortable, I'll be honest. A happy base is an alert base. Or something. Let's grab these. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not like we're not going to use it. We're going in the same place. Nice test of our dual melt rooms, actually. And obviously, we originally were putting that in place to mine large quantities of ice in the hope of getting some nitrogen volumes, but it will also be useful in terms of making fresh fuel. But I do slightly think that actually we might put a normal mining module on somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's showing us a... No, there's nothing there. It just hasn't taken that marker down. We might use it to get some more coal if we're still struggling. Or I could use the cold air melting off the ice just to cool the generator room. That's also an option. Anyway, we'll worry about that when we're rolling in resources. It's a nice problem to have. Let's stick that in there. Settings all the way through this playthrough. I think this would have made the average video length nearer 20 hours instead of 2. Right, now I've got to find my way to the surface. There's the hole. There's a bit more coal there. Let's see if I can grab that. There's the base. Hard to see with these sensor lenses turned on. We'll turn them off. Okay, we've got lots of material. It's very hot in here. I'm surprised. I was going to throw everything in there, but I'm slightly concerned to do that. Given how hot it is, it's got to go through all of that mechanism there. No, I don't think we'll do that. Might need to put an active vent on there after all. Definitely not walking under there, I'm bound to break my suit. Give it a second. Don't want to drop the two different types of ice too close to each other. There we go. Right. Okay, so that's a useful start. This is still running over here, so I need to just check in and see how we're doing. Not great is the answer, so let's fling a couple of stacks in there and then hold some back to make some more steel, because I think we're going to need it. So let's set that to setting 1, so we're on setting 1, perfect. 1, 2 coal, and we're going to need 6 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if that results in 6 ingots, I'll be amazed. 4, yeah. 5, 6. Okay, at least we've got some steel making. Okay. Trying to work out whether that's heating up or cooling down in there. No, I think that needs to reset. Trying very hard to burn fuel in an already hot furnace. Right, okay, so let's take the steel that we have got in here. Vend that. And we'll also need some copper. So let's vend that. And then I think if we make a... if I set this to 40, let's do 44, 46, we may as well, and then 23. Whoops, okay, that was not what I was expecting. I'll just sort that in a minute then. One job at a time. Right. Oh look, we've got the other steel already, that was very quick. Let's put that away. 2 cobalt there, we may as well stack those two with those two. Right, okay, so this we need to set to 46. And we need to put that in. So that we'll need. Eject that. And that can go, well, we'll drop it in a machine in a minute. Right, and then we'll need 23 here. So that can go in there, and there. That and that can be remelted. Actually, to be fair, we might as well just take one of these and throw them in the electronics printer. We're bound to use them. I'll put it in here. There we go, and in there. Whoops, got stuck on something there. That was weird. Right, and then let's grab this and get that to a 23 stack. Put that back in there. Close that. Okay, let's go and try not to blow ourselves up for a second time. And then I think after that we might call it a day on this episode, because it feels like it's getting slightly on the long side again. I've changed my recording software, so the good news is I think the sound is better. I hope it's better. The bad news is I don't actually have a clock on the screen, which makes it even harder for me not to go far too long. That temperature's dropped too far now. We empty that out. Leave that to fully empty. Right, we are getting a bit low on fuel. Hoping that that is a temporary problem caused by hot hydrogen. Yeah, we got a fair bit of hydrogen in there. It just needs to cool down a bit. Okay, that's all right. Right. It's not melting. No, it's just stuck there now. Right, come on. I watch pot never boils and all that. Right, well we may as well see if we can hit it from here. Oh, that was not fair. That did not go in a straight line. That bounced sideways when it hit the ground. I want physics investigating for that. That was very strange. Process the last 3 items in there. Right. Are we ready? No, not quite. Slowly, slowly. Right. Okay, there we go. Now let's shut that down. Pump that in. In fact, I'm going to just pump in a very small amount of fuel and hopefully just enough to melt these remaining reagents. Because that will make it easier to control at the other end if that's already... Right, okay, that's very hot. I mean, we could try push the pressure up. Don't think it's going to happen though. Well, might do, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to burn too fast. I think it's possible, but not with the amount of fuel we've got left. I'm guessing this is going to top out quite soon in terms of pressure. Temperature's dropping, but the pressure's still rising. Yeah, there we go, 10.86. Yeah, if we had more fuel, that would have worked, but we've only got 135 kPa left in that pipe, so best we don't do that for now. I guess whatever's in there is fully burnt. Well, amazingly, there is a tiny amount of unburnt hydrogen. Okay, but at least we've got all the reagents ready. I think I'm just gonna go for it, dump it in here. I'm sure this will be happy. I mean, actually, to be fair, there's so much gas in here now that even dumping an entire furnace full of hot gas doesn't make a whole lot of difference. How are we doing with this filter? That's run out. Okay. So that's something else to change. I wonder whether it's worth just dumping some of the CO2 at this point, to be honest. It's not like we're short of the stuff. I'm not sure what we're going to do with hot CO2. It feels like it might be more beneficial to try and salvage whatever we can get out of there. Can we make a medium pollutants? No, we haven't got enough silver in there. I could fix that though, couldn't I? If I remember which button's silver. That one.
Malfunction detected. Storm incoming.
Oh, storm incoming. Happy days. Got any silver? Yep.
Incoming.
Oh, now we've got all of the silver. Okay. So we are gradually making progress with this rocket, but you can see it's a major build. It really does take a long time. Oof, I feel like that should have hurt. Right, let's dump some CO2. That pressure's falling quite quickly now. I mean, there's a lot of CO2 to dump, to be honest, but 14,500 moles. I just feel like we should just get rid of it at this point. Take everything else. Particularly useful to recover that hydrogen at the moment. Although it's very hot, but of course we'll cool it down or we pipe it back through. So that's probably worth doing. We really don't need any more hot CO2. This tank is very full. Yeah. Right. Storm incoming, yes. Right, I think I'm going to call it a day for this video because I think this has got quite long. So we've got a couple more modules, well, one more module built onto the rocket and a couple more modules ready to build. We just make some more Astroloy, which I hope we can do after the storm. We're certainly not going to do it this side of the storm because the furnace needs to vent. Unless we've got a 900 tick warning, which maybe we have. 600. Go on then, let's see how long this furnace is going to take to empty down. Maybe it's just possible. It is actually empty. Okay, alright, I'll take it back. Let's do it. I don't even know whether we've got enough gas fuel left in here now to see. It's really struggling to fill even on a 100 compared to the rate it was flying up earlier on. And obviously the other issue is once that's gone we've got no more fuel for driving the gas fuel generator, so that's going to start to cause us other issues. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it. We're going to need more time than we've got to fill that, and probably more gas than we've got, honestly. Yep. Okay, we'll turn that off. And I'm going to flick that off as well, so we'll retain the last 36 kPa we've got in there. Actually, to be fair, let's check this out. Oh no, we're alright, we're alright. We've got some gas in the pipes. That's good. Okay. Right, come on, do it. Wish me luck. Let's do this before the storm hits. Phew. That was a bit close. That was in the red zone then. Okay, come on! Race! Slam it in. Okay, I'm not going to build this because the storm's too close and I do not want that silo module to blow away. We have now got the materials we need. Oh, actually 483. I thought we'd be way less time than that. Okay. No, I'm not going to risk it. We're going to call that a day. On the next video, hopefully either the storm will have reset or we'll be ready. We can
incoming.
get on with it. So I think that's a lot safer. Well, the other thing I just need to check, and I'll do that while the airlock's cycling, is I suspect at some point I have modified the hunger rate, somehow reset to 0. Yes, I have. Why has that happened? I don't know. It's either an update thing or it's something I have done in my clumsiness whilst adjusting other settings. There we go. That is fixed.
Incoming.
Don't really want to be cheating on that. Right, come on, this is so slow to pressurise. What are you doing?
Storm incoming.
Okay.
Storm incoming.
Right. So we're going to call that a day for this episode. We are making some progress. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, if you have, I would love it if you would subscribe and like the video, share it around, and see if we can bring some more players to Stationeers. I will see you on the next video, and hopefully we'll make some significant progress on the rocket. I feel that we're close to a state where we can get a launchable rocket now. I think we've got most of the materials we need, although it's been a little bit slow progress this time with the actual build, and then we'll need to hook up the launch pad. So I hope I will see you on the next video.